Well, who's ready for some Wizard Wednesday updates? There have been a ton of MCU magical reports over the last 48 hours, including Doctor Strange 3, Scott Derrickson potentially returning, and Strange Academy. So let's clear the smoke on some of these tricks and talk about what's going on. But before we dive into all that, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, ring that bell for all the updates. We want to be your place for all the Marvel and DC news, but we want to bring it to you truthfully and transparently so you're really in the know. Well, we've been getting a lot of Marvel magical updates, and some of these I'm finding to be a little bit dubious at best. Like all rumors, we want to take them with a grain of salt. And let's be clear, anything not from Kevin Feige or Marvel Studios isn't official, so we want to look at it properly. Now, let's kick all this off talking a little bit about Doctor Strange 3. We have been seeing multiple reports about the potential Doctor Strange 3 movie coming a bit sooner than we were expecting. There are several reports out there right now that seem to indicate that Doctor Strange 3 will actually set up Kang Dynasty, meaning this movie could potentially be fast-tracked, a mistake I think they made with the sequel. I guess it's unfair to say it was fast-tracked, it was just delayed due to the worldwide health crisis and then crammed into a smaller period of time. But in any case, they didn't have the time they did with the first movie on the second, and I really did feel like it showed. There are also some reports that indicate that Scott Derrickson, who actually directed the first movie, could potentially come back for the third installment of Doctor Strange. Derrickson has expressed some interest on multiple occasions on returning to the franchise, and I don't think his relationship with Marvel soured when he left Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Quite honestly, I liked his take on the character a little more than Sam Raimi. Not that Raimi's movie wasn't a lot of fun, but Derrickson's had a bit more of a seriousness to it, and well, since he brought it to life in the first movie, I think he would be an excellent fit with the second. We're seeing a bit of an expansion of the Marvel magical universe really over the last couple of years, and although I do really expect a Doctor Strange movie sometime soon, again, this has no confirmation, so I am a bit dubious if they can actually develop and release this in that period of time. And this leads us to the next bit of magical news, Strange Academy. Now, what we are hearing is that Marvel Studios is planning to move forward with a Strange Academy television series that will be on Disney+. And will have Benedict Wong reportedly taking center stage as, well, Wong. In the show, he will be training the next generation of sorcerers after the Scarlet Witch demolished Kamar-Taj. And this is something we talked about when the movie came out and really does make a lot of sense. Now, another element of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness that seems to be transitioning into this show is the fact that Xochitl Gomez's America Chavez will once again return and play a big part in the series. Now, this is all coming from the Cosmic Circus, and once again they seem to reiterate the possibilities of this magical tie-in to Kang Dynasty. In their report they say, Strange Academy is meant to be one of the more important tie-in stories leading into the Kang Dynasty, as it will also tie into multiple aspects of the MCU aside from the supernatural. Now, Kang Dynasty is set to drop in May of 2025, so it does mean Marvel Studios needs to start production on this particular project in order to get it in front of audiences and airing before Kang Dynasty. Now, as for these bits and pieces of news, I really don't know what's going on. I really can't find any confirmation about this Doctor Strange 3 news and the fact that the movie will be fast-tracked. As a matter of fact, a couple of my sources pushed back on it and said they didn't really think that was true. The idea of Derrickson returning, quite honestly, is common speculation. I don't find it news at all. He's mentioned multiple times that he might like to return to the franchise, and the most recent iteration of the story came from a bunk depository that I won't really give the satisfaction of mentioning by name, but in this case is often just one of those a broken clock is right at least twice a day. Now, as far as Strange Academy though, there might be something there. I reached out to multiple sources and asked them about this, and they both confirmed that this isn't a rumor and actually something Marvel is developing. The idea itself seems like quite a bit of fun, and honestly, an arena where so many new Marvel magical characters could potentially come to life. As a matter of fact, there's quite a few rumors that Zelma Stanton could be part of the show. She was a huge part of the comics, and quite honestly, if you haven't read those, you need to go and check them out. She's also rumored to be part of Ironheart. This is another one of those unconfirmed rumors, but a good piece to put in place in that magic vs. tech battle leading right into Strange Academy. I also find it interesting how both Doctor Strange 3 and this project are rumored to lead into Kang Dynasty, making me wonder if some of these rumors are getting conflated or people are getting their information from different sources, and because of that, making different assumptions leading us to different places. Now, I've already heard people calling this Wong Academy, and honestly, that's probably going to be very accurate for the MCU version. Although I do suspect we're still going to get a bunch of great magical cameos and young introductions, I do believe it will focus on Benedict Wong's character being at the forefront of the show and finally getting to lead a project. It begs a ton of questions about the future of the magical MCU and even Wong's status as the Sorcerer Supreme, and does ultimately bring us to the biggest question from Phase 4 in regards to Wong, which is Madison part of the show? We'll have to wait and see.